Obviously, everybody is wondering what the hell is going on with Bitcoin. We have seen yet another huge spike up, and actually a higher high, by the way. This was very quick, but we did set a very brief higher high, the highest level that we've actually traded at since not only here from, like 2 weeks ago, but we can go way back. We actually haven't traded at this level since all the crazy price action back here in June of last year. So absolutely crazy stuff here today, because as soon as we did that, as you can see very clearly, the market got a strong rejection. And again, the only thing that this is doing, ladies and gents, and I've kept maintaining my position here because nothing has changed with this trend, is that we are just falling into beautiful areas of support. We actually managed to grab liquidity all the way down at 29,900, and from there we've also seen a beautiful bounce right off two separate areas of support. This horizontal area of support, which has already been quite useful for Bitcoin, but also has offered resistance just recently a couple of months ago. And now, of course, the green Ichimoku cloud in the very same place, also offering some support to Bitcoin, which I think has already proven useful. So again, nothing out of the ordinary here. Definitely things that we were expecting. If we do take a look at this on the daily time frame with the EMA ribbon, it's just continuing to catch up, and so everything that we've been expecting is coming together absolutely beautifully. Those of you that have stayed calm and collected during all of this volatility, who haven't been ripping tons of trades and in ways that are reckless and so on, your patience is potentially about to pay off over here, because the market is doing what it does best, which is simply trending upwards and then correcting before potentially trending upwards again. And of course, the only reason I can speak about this with so much certainty is because that is exactly what we've been doing so far. We've trended upwards, found a correction, trended upwards, found a correction, trended upwards, another correction, upward trend, correction, upward trend, and now in yet another correction. I keep maintaining the same position because, ladies and gents, nothing has changed. I'm gonna have to type this out because I really got to stress this to you guys over and over, because actually maintaining this consistency in analysis, especially if you're on the right side of things, can typically be very profitable. One of the things that I like to keep in mind here is that I'm not aiming to be right 100% of the time. I just need to keep on making money, and obviously eventually I'm going to be horribly wrong about the market, and that's completely okay, because I'm making money on these legs here. I've made money on this leg up, on this leg up, on this leg up, because I've been in this long position this whole time, and so if eventually I fuck this up and lose some money, that's completely okay with me. It's about taking 5-10 steps forward, 3 steps back kind of thing. That's what we're completely okay with. And of course, if you're bogged up in trying to find the exact top and the exact bottom and stuff like that, you're just not really going to allow yourself to have that same success rate. Now, if we do take a look at the 4 flies dashboard with the long and short ratio, we do finally have some changes here with retail traders going majority long for the first day in quite some time. We have seen it kind of flip-flop a little bit. We've seen some majority long days recently, but to be fair, over these last few weeks, it has been overwhelmingly bearish, significantly indicating to us that there's a lot of shorts at these areas. Bybit remains majority shorts at the very same time as well. So, you guys know the deal. When you've got, a lot of short positions in the market, put it this way, guys, if everybody is trying to sell Bitcoin and Bitcoin just isn't really dropping, then that is our sign that actually this market might be quite healthy. Let me confuse the shit out of you guys right now and show you this chart right here. Those of you that are familiar with exo charts will understand this, and if not, don't worry, I'll get back to the normal analysis in just a second. We've got the price up here and the CVD down here, the delta bars down here, and we can see very clearly what this line basically represents, what this graph represents, is longs and shorts. When the chart is trending down, there's more shorts in the market. When the chart is trending up, there's more longs in the market. What we can see very clearly is lots of shorts have been entering the market, obviously with the exception of today, and we already knew that because we looked at the 4 flies dashboard, and we can see that retail traders are starting to go long today. But overall, the trend since we got up here like 2 weeks ago has been that the market has continued to trade up while shorts keep piling in on this market. And what I would have to ask you to consider is, maybe you didn't understand this chart, but you can understand what I'm telling you. And what I'm saying quite simply is, if everybody is trying to sell Bitcoin, if everybody is trying to push Bitcoin down, but it just ain't working, then where are we going to go? You know, these are the kind of questions that I want you to start considering on your own terms. You know, I've already made my consideration, and that's why I remain quite bullish in this market. If you do want me to go into more analysis like this, let me know in the comment section down below by telling me to cover more EXO charts analysis, EXO like this. This is quite complicated compared to what we normally cover, but I do this analysis kind of in the background, and yeah, there you go. So I do want to highlight to you guys some of the beautiful opportunities available with this video before we carry on. We've got over $100,000 in bonuses available to you guys with the links in the description down below. BingX is offering you a phenomenal exchange that does not require KYC, which means no pictures of yourself or your ID, but the best part about them is the traditional finance markets that you can trade. You've got all of these stock markets, all of these individual stocks available to trade. You of course do have stock markets as well. You know, just with indices, forex, and commodities, you can trade all of these markets with Bitcoin, with leverage, without KYC. So amazingly flexible, great for those of you that are a little bit more privacy focused. Bybit remains the top exchange in the game, up to 30k in trading bonuses, meaning depending on what you deposit and trade with when you sign up using my link, you will get up to $30,000 in free extra trading ammunition. Any profits that you generate with that are yours to keep. And by the way, OKX has actually relaunched their 60k campaign. So if you follow the link to OKX in the description down below, you have a chance to win up to $60,000 in rewards, which is absolutely crazy. These rewards are pretty easy to get. You only need to make a deposit of $50 in order to receive the mystery boxes that can contain these rewards. So definitely check all of those offers out with the links in the description down below. More on them later, if you are interested in some more details. But as I said, we are continuing to hold the same market structure. I don't want you guys to be getting faked out, you know, and kind of panicking on these tops and panicking on these bottoms. You know, the majority of the trading remains in the same range. In fact, I think that if we actually draw, you know, a VPVR on this chart just to kind of see where the bulk of the trading is happening, we're going to see a big spike up here, right? So nothing is really changing here. We've got the same spike here that we've had for quite some time along this orange line right here. This is where the majority of the trading remains. And again, you know, that is, you know, at basically $30,000 at a resistance level. So, you know, one of the points that I keep on hammering on about with you guys is that, you know, if the market really was bearish, you know, then, well, you know, wouldn't we have gotten rejected by now? Because previously we basically only spent a day up here. You know, now we've been, you know, spending many, many days up here. If you really, you know, if you want to be generous, then we've actually spent kind of 8 days up here. But again, even by that point of comparison, it's now been 15 days up here. So, you know, it doesn't really matter how you look at it. It is overwhelmingly clear that, you know, when you set tops, typically you don't hang around at the tops for particularly long. And when you're going to break the tops, well, that's when you maybe start consolidating before you punch through the sky right there. Look at that consolidation before we punch through. It happens to the downside as well. You know, when you're about to break down, you're going to consolidate and then break down. That's the sign that you're basically getting pretty comfortable at these resistance areas, or in this case, at these support areas. You're getting comfy at these levels, and that's exactly where the danger starts coming in. So we see this kind of thing happening all the time. If we look at the big breakout as well, it was the same thing. You know, we kind of got up here. We had this resistance level at 21.5. This is exactly where I entered my long position, but I actually did it over here. So I did wait a little bit, but of course it meant that the profits came in really, really quickly. Obviously, you guys have been hearing quite a lot about that position. You might be sick of hearing it by now. and so, you know, what we do have is another classic instance here where we are simply just saying, you know, a little bit of consolidation before we are breaking up. So very, very typical protection there. And you know, and you look at the current market, and I'm just going to ask you a question. I'm here to convince you of anything. I really don't care about that kind of thing. You know, I just want you to make the best, most informed decision that you possibly can. And for me, for what I'm seeing, you know, it certainly looks like one of the typical setups here. I know a lot of people are talking about the possibility of a BART pattern. Certainly possible. You know, you wouldn't be too surprised if that did happen. You know, again, you know, I maintain my position, and if you see something like that, just look at all of the support available to the market. You know, we dropped down to 27.6, and we're still going to have phenomenal support. We can down to 20k, you know, and then the only thing that happens is we're just trading sideways at a major resistance level, getting ready for a multi-month consolidation turning into a breakout. So, you know, it's really hard to take a bearish perspective for me right now, even if the market drops down by a further 18% or $5,500. We're just still in a good place. So, that's my worst case scenario. You've heard my best case scenarios. For now, we're still holding the same level, so I have no reason to start changing my opinions right now. The EMA ribbon is catching up. I mean, this is usually all we need a lot of the time to set the market off. You can see what kind of happens when we just get close to the EMA ribbon. It's just absolutely beautiful. Sometimes when we fall into it, you can see the kind of bounces that it triggers. Of course, it does fail sometimes as well, but generally much more reliable than it is unreliable in my experience. It typically tends to serve me very, very well. And again, if we look at this on some of the other time frames with the 𝗢𝗙𝗥𝗙𝗚𝗏 for example, we're now starting to make use of extremely reliable indicators like the 𝗢𝗙𝗥𝗙𝗚𝗏 as well. So I'm definitely liking what I'm seeing here. If you guys are as well, then you know exactly what to do. You want to keep on getting this analysis delivered straight to you. Definitely make sure to subscribe and tick the bell if you haven't done so already. Smash up the likes on this video as well if you did enjoy it. And again, the exchange bonuses that are available to you are absolutely huge and well worth checking out. The fact that being actually to trade all of traditional finance is very useful, because if the crypto market's a little bit boring, you have a myriad of other opportunities to trade real world markets, which typically are just a lot more interesting than crypto markets, right? Crypto markets just get stale and boring a lot. Not quite the same case, for traditional finance. So it definitely does pay off to be set up and ready to go. You want to have your funds in these accounts ready, before the volatility happens, right? Ideally, because if the move is about to happen and you're scrambling to send your Bitcoin into BingX, that's going to put you at quite a disadvantage, right? Especially when time is money. So definitely do check it out. And on the note of time is money, guys, again, Bybit with its huge offer. The reason this is so valuable is, our goal as traders is basically to trade with as much money as possible so that we can maximize our profits, right? 10% profit on 100K is better than 10% profit on 10K. And that's exactly why this 30K offer is so powerful. If you do sign up using my link and start trading, you are going to get up to $30,000 in extra trading money, and any profits you generate are yours to keep with that cash. So that is a ridiculous offer, well worth checking out. The scales with how much you trade with and deposits. So, you're going to get something that's appropriate for your account balance. And again, this huge offer with OKX. I mean, guys, this is one of the longest standing exchanges in the game. Another phenomenal option. I'm a fan of all of them. Again, with up to 60K in rewards, these guys are just standing above the rest of the market. So definitely do go ahead and check that out if you are interested. And with that, guys, I am going to be seeing you all in the very next video. So thank you all for watching. You know exactly what to do. Hit up the like, subscribe, tick the bell. I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers.